India is known for its diverse culture, and indeed, handicrafts is an essential component. So, as the name denotes, crafts being made by hand is what is handicraft items. Now, handicraft items have different criterias under which we can understand those. In today's session, we would be understanding mainly glassware, bronzeware. We would be talking about clay, silver, and mainly terracotta. So let's begin our section with firstly the glasswares. Now glasswares have been seen since the ancient times, since the Vedic times, and since those times they have been known as kanch or kaha. Now this is how we have the evolution of glasswares that have been seen. Initially small beads were used, and these beads were colorful, and they were used for decoration, they were used for toys, they were used for ornaments and various other purposes. Now as we said, during the Grey Ware culture, in the times of the civilizational development, Ganga Valley was one of the regions where you had beautiful glass beads that were painted, and that was one of the major evidences that we have since times. Now glass recently had been used mainly in glass bangles, which is known as churi kajoda in the regions of Hyderabad. Similarly, glass work in the regions of Varanasi is known as tikuli. So there are various works of glass that have been seen in different parts of India. The names of those are indeed important for you to know. Now the next important interesting thing that you need to understand is handicrafts on cloth. Now cloth work has been an essential work that has been seen since generations. You have different areas being occupied with different types of handwork items that have been seen on cloth, which we would understand in a subsequent lecture. But the major styles of the handicrafts in cloth are important. So the first important one is the bandhani. Now bandhani print is a tie and dye work, what is called in English, and this is commonly seen in the regions of Rajasthan. The next important is leheria, which is the waves or the ripple patterns on cloth, and that is again seen from the regions of Jodhpur and Jaipur in Rajasthan. The next is ikat. Now ikat is a method of resist dyeing. Similar to ikat, you have kalamkari, but kalamkari uses vegetable colors. Both of them have dark colors that are used in the handicraft or the cloth painting. Now here in ikat, it's mainly seen in the regions of Odisha and little parts of Andhra Pradesh. Kalamkari is predominantly seen in Andhra Pradesh, where vegetable colors and dark colors, strong colors or deep colors we could say are used. Similarly, the next important form is batik art. Now batik art has regular designs that are seen mainly in the regions of Madhya Pradesh and West Bengal. You have lots of batik art that is seen. The next important thing is a lot of inspiration of the fabric designs have been taken from China in the regions of Surat in Gujarat, and that is what is known as the Tanchoy weaving style that has been adopted. The next is ivory. Now ivory, which is obtained from elephant tusk, is also known as Hathi Dat. Ambari Hathi is a very important work that is done in the regions of Jaipur. So here what is done, you have engravings on the ivory that are done. Now ivory has been painted in the regions of Kerala. Bangles of ivory have been made in the regions of Jodhpur, and ivory has been exported from India since ages to the regions of Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, the regions of Persian Gulf, the Mesopotamian period. During the previous times, we also see remnants of ivory comb that were used for hair combing, and that was seen in the regions of Takshila. Similarly, in the present scenario, we have traditional handicraft of ivory being conserved in the regions of West Bengal and parts of Rajasthan. The next important work is terracotta. Now terracotta is what is known as banked earth. The fire resistant or semi-fired kind of clay is used. This is waterproof in nature. Pots, bricks, toys, ornaments are made out of terracotta. Bankura in West Bengal is one of the major districts which houses numerous terracotta items. You have temples made of terracotta that are seen. So terracotta has been a very specific art from West Bengal. The next is silver jewelry. Silver jewelry is also having a work which is known as the filigree work. Now filigree work is important. You have silver anklets which are made in the regions of Odisha, which are known as panari and paijam. Similarly, you have ornaments of silver being known as gunchi. In the regions of Karnataka, Bidri work is very important. So Bidri work is a very fine work which is done on silver and very unique to the regions of Karnataka. The next is clay. Now clay has been a thing that has been prominent across the globe, has been part of the soil everywhere, but clay works have been important, and historically if we go on to the civilizations and the evolution of civilizations, we have seen that clay has an essential role. So in India, we essentially, the Indian subcontinent initially had the painted grey ware. Later on, you had the black and red pottery that was seen. Later on, polished black wares, and finally glazed pottery was seen. So that is a kind of evolution. In clay, you have Mehergarh, which is one of the major sites of Neolithic period, which has lots and lots of remnants of clay that has been seen. And pottery is also known as the lyrics of handicraft, so again important. Now some of the major potteries and their places of origin are important. Among these, Kagzi pottery from Alwar is important. It's a very delicate paper-like pottery that is being used. Similarly, black pottery from Azamgarh and Ukhrul from Manipur are important. You have black tint that is given to the painting, to the pots that are being created through clay. So again, that is important. Khurja in Odisha is again an important pottery style where you have colorful items that are being made. The next is bronze. Now bronze has been seen since the times of Mohenjo-daro. From the remnants, we have the dancing girl of Mohenjo-daro, which is an eminent example of bronze being used during the times of Mohenjo-daro and during the times of Harappan civilization. And since then, we have seen later on in the Matsya Puran also, we have the evidence of bronze that has been used. In the present day scenario, regions of Uttar Pradesh, mainly Etawah, Sitapur, Varanasi, Muradabad are the areas where you have bronze work that is being done. Flower pots, you have gods and goddesses, images of gods and goddesses, statues of gods and goddesses being built out of bronze. And in the south, you have the region of Tamil Nadu, where you have you have kingdoms like Pallavas, Cholas, who had bronze as an essential part of their culture. Now, if we talk about some of the major bronze works that have been seen, we have Gash Tandav, which was the Shiva dancing image which has been seen from Kerala. Similarly, we have Jain icons that have been seen from the regions of Karnataka. Dokra castings are important, which now these castings are made up of brass and they are seen in the regions of Odisha and West Bengal. And finally, you have Pahaldar lamps that are seen. Now these are the lamps of various shapes and styles that are seen mainly in the regions of Uttar Pradesh and parts of northern Rajasthan. So that was about some of the major developments that we have witnessed in India in handicrafts. We would be continuing the section of handicrafts in our next lecture. So stay tuned for further updates. Have a wonderful day ahead.